sign flickering outside my motel window. Says vacancy, but it might as well say lost souls welcome here. I've been driving through the night with ghosts riding shotgun. Every exit I pass looks like a chance I didn't take. The radio's playing some old gospel song, and I can't tell if it's mocking me or trying to save me. There's devils in the rear view and angels up ahead, but I'm stuck here in the middle with a war inside my head. Every good intention I ever had turned to smoke, and I'm choking on the man I swore I'd never become. I'm caught between devils and angels tonight, between the darkness I know and the distant light. Every scar on my soul tells a different story of the battles I lost and the one still gory. I'm caught between devils and angels, can't pick a side. Just a wounded soldier trying to survive the fight. Met a preacher in a diner somewhere near the Texas line. He had whiskey on his breath and sadness in his eyes. Said some were all hypocrites trying to find our way. The only difference is some of us admitted he paid for my coffee and left me his Bible. Written in the margins were confessions that look like mine. Maybe we're all just sinners wearing different disguises. Maybe grace ain't about being clean, it's about the trying. I've been running from my shadow thinking I could escape, but you can't outrun what's written in your DNA. I'm caught between devils and angels tonight, between the darkness I know and the distant light. Every scar on my soul tells a different story of the battles I lost and the one still gory. I'm caught between devils and angels, can't pick a side. Just a wounded soldier trying to survive the fight. There's a moment right before the dawn breaks, when the night is darkest and your face shakes. That's when you find out what you're made of, if you got the strength to choose love over giving up. I've been in that moment more times than I can count. And somehow, someway I'm still around. I pulled into a church parking lot at 3 in the morning. Sat on the steps and watched the stars fade out. Didn't go inside cause I don't know what I'd say, but just being there felt like something changed. Like maybe I don't have to choose between the dark and the light, or maybe I can just be human in the in-between the night. I'm caught between devils and angels, but that's alright, cause the fight means I'm still alive to fight. Every scar on my soul is proof I survived all the hell I went through and still came out alive. I'm caught between devils and angels, walking that line. But I'm walking, I'm breathing, and that's gonna be fine. The neon still flickers, the road still calls, and I'm still here, still falling, still crawling, still somehow standing tall. I'm driving down this old gravel road again tonight, the one that leads to where we used to park and dream. Haven't been here since you left me standing in the dust. Now I'm back here wondering what it all could mean. The stars are hanging low like they're trying to hear my thoughts. The radio's playing that song we used to sing,
And I can almost see you sitting in that passenger seat, wearing my old jacket like it was your favorite thing. 6 years have passed since that August goodbye, when you said you needed to find yourself alone. I said I understood, but I was dying inside, watching you drive away from the only love I'd known. And I've been stuck here ever since, if I'm honest, working the same job, living in the same small town, while you went off and lived 1,000 different lives. I've been right here, still hoping you'd come around. Every mile marker on this lonely road, every fence post that I pass, reminds me of the conversations we had, and the future we thought would last. I've got a gravel road heart full of dust and memories. Every stone that kicked up was a moment we shared. I've got a gravel road heart, and it leads straight to you. No matter how far you wandered, it kept you right there. And now you're coming back down this road again. I can see your headlights through the trees. My gravel road heart is beating like thunder, finally bringing you back home to me. You called me last week out of the blue, said you were tired of running from what you knew was real. Told me you'd been everywhere trying to find something, but all you found was that I was all you could feel. You said you're different now, and I believe you are. I can hear it in your voice and the way you say my name. And maybe I'm different too, a little more patient, a little less afraid of the inevitable pain. You asked if I still lived in that old farmhouse, the one with the porch swing and the willow tree. I said yes, and your room's exactly like you left it, even though we both know you never really left me. You laughed that soft laugh that I've missed so damn much, said you'd be here by midnight, if that's okay. I said I've been waiting 6 years, what's a few more hours? But my heart's been counting every second of the day. Every prayer I whispered to the wind, every wish I made on falling stars, was asking for this moment right here, when you'd come back to heal these scars. I've got a gravel road heart full of dust and memories. Every stone that kicked up was a moment we shared. I got a gravel road heart, and it leads straight to you. No matter how far you wandered, it kept you right there. And now you're coming back down this road again. I can see your headlights through the trees. My gravel road heart is beating like thunder, finally bringing you back home to me. And here you are, stepping out of your car, looking at me like no time has passed at all. The moonlight's catching in your hair, and I'm trying not to stumble as I fall. Looking to loving you like I never start, which, let's be honest, I never really did. You walk toward me and I can see you're crying, and suddenly I'm that same lovesick kid. But we're not kids anymore, we're grown now. We've got scars and stories and regrets, but maybe that's what makes this second chance so precious. We know what we've got, we know what's at stake. No more bets, I take your face in my hands so gently. Wipe away the tears with my thumbs, and I say welcome home like it's a prayer. And you say I'm sorry it took so long to come. We've got gravel road hearts, weathered but still beating, full of every mile we had to walk alone. We've got
Bartender's wiping down the counter, it's almost closing time. I'm the only one still sitting here, drowning in my mind. Empty bar blues got me talking to myself again, about the choices that I made and the places that I've been. This half-empty glass is the only friend I got tonight. Empty bar blues under these flickering neon highlights. I came here to forget, but all I do is remember every mistake from January to December. The silence is so loud, it's deafening my soul. Empty bar blues, I'm losing control. Let's call confession to an empty room, speaking my truth in this whiskey tune. Let's call confession. Nobody's listening but God in these empty bar blues I'm living through, telling my secrets to bar stools and you. Let's call confession before I go home alone with these empty bar blues and a heart of stone. Look, I've been coming here for months now. Maybe it's same seat, same drink, drown in the same fears. Empty bar blues, man, they know my name, know my order, know my story, know my shame. Lost my girl to my drinking, lost my job to my pride. Now I'm sitting in this empty bar with nowhere left to hide. From myself, from my demons, from the truth I can't deny. Empty bar blues, watching my life pass me by. But bartender says you gotta go home, man. But home's just four walls, no hand to hold my hand. So I stay here with these empty bar blues till they physically remove me. What else can I do? Let's call confession, pouring out my pain to this empty bar in the pouring rain. empty bar blues got me drowning in despair, and I need someone to hear what I gotta say. Ooh. Last call confessions. At the end of the day, bridge. Maybe tomorrow I'll find a different way. Maybe tomorrow I won't need to stay in this empty bar confessing to ghosts. Maybe tomorrow I wanna live the most, but tonight I'm here with my last call confessions, learning hard lessons from my empty bar sessions. Last call confessions. This is my prayer in this empty bar, laying my soul bare. Last call confessions before the lights come on. These empty bar blues will be gone someday. Somehow I'll find my way out. Last call confessions. To find the lights come up, sounds fade. Last call confessions. Oh, come up, sounds fade. Last call, empty bar blue. Last call, one more night. One. Last call confession. See you tomorrow night. Unless I find the strength to stay away. Empty bar blues, maybe not today.
Found a shoebox underneath the bed last Tuesday night, and filled with ticket stubs and photographs and letters in your hand. And there's a postcard from that trip we took to California, back when we still talked about our future and our plans. You wrote, "Wish you were here," across the back in purple ink. But baby, you were standing right beside me on that beach. Now I'm reading words you wrote when we were still unbroken, and they hit me like a sermon I could never learn to preach. There's a matchbook from that dive bar where we had our first real fight over something neither one of us remembers anymore, and a napkin where you drew a little heart around our names the night I told you I was certain you're what I'd been searching for. Every relic tells a story of a love that burned so bright that we couldn't see it burning down until we stood in ash. Now I'm sifting through the wreckage of our history tonight, wondering how something built so strong could fall apart so fast. Every memory's a monument to what we thought we'd always be. Now I'm living in a present where you're just a part of history. These postcards from where we used to be, they're all I've got left of you and me. Every faded photograph's a window to before, when love was easy and your hand was mine to hold. These postcards from where we used to be, they tell a story that I'm still trying to believe, that once upon a time we were everything. Now I'm just collecting postcards from where we used to be. There's a program from your sister's wedding back in Tennessee, where we danced until the band packed up and drove away. You whispered that you couldn't wait until it was our turn. I should have married you that night, I shouldn't have delayed. There's a menu from that Italian place we went on Friday nights, where the owner knew our order and our booth was in the back. Now somebody else sits there with their somebody, and I'm here alone, wishing I could have those moments back. I found the letter that you wrote me when I left for basic training, telling me you'd wait for me no matter how long. You said our love was stronger than the distance or the time, but you didn't know that I'd come back already gone. Changed by things I couldn't talk about and wouldn't let you see. Built a wall between us made of all the things I couldn't say. You tried to climb it for a while, but baby, I'm so sorry. I was too far gone to meet you even halfway. I heard you're married now, got a baby on the way, living in that farmhouse that you always loved outside of town. And I'm genuinely happy that you found your peace after all the hell I put you through before you finally put me down. But late at night when I can't sleep, I pull this box back out and travel back to when your love was still enough to save me. I wonder if you ever think about these moments now, or if I'm just the rough draft of the life you're living, baby. There's a dried up rose from Valentine's, our second year together, and a recipe you wrote for that pie your mama taught you how to make. And there's a key to an apartment we were gonna rent downtown before we both admitted we'd made one too many mistakes. Each item is a timestamp of a moment when we mattered, when our love felt like a novel that would never reach the end. Now I'm reading through our story like a stranger, trying to remember who we were and what we could have been. These postcards from where we used to be, they're breaking my heart while they're setting me free. Every faded photograph's a window to before, when I was yours and you were mine and love was all we swore. These postcards from where we used to be, they're all the proof I need that we were real, you and me, that once upon a time we were everything. But now I'm just collecting postcards from where we used to be.
at my door every single night. They got teeth like regrets and eyes like painful memories. I boarded up the windows, locked every chain, but they still find a way. And when I close my eyes, they whisper all the things I tried to forget. Every person I hurt, every bridge I burned, every unpaid debt. I've been barricading myself inside these walls, but the wolves I'm running from are in these halls. They're not outside trying to break in. They've been living in my head since God knows when. Got wolves at the door and demons in the den. Can't tell where the nightmare stops and I begin. Been fighting so long, I forgot what peace feels like. Just a man at war with himself every night. Got wolves at the door, but they're already in. The enemy I'm fighting is living in my skin. Try to drown the wolves in whiskey and pills. Tried to outrun them on these back roads and hills, but they're faster than my truck, stronger than my will. And every time I think I'm free, they drag me back down. Found myself on the floor at 4 in the morning, howling right along with them without warning. Maybe I've been fighting the wrong fight all along. Maybe you can't kill wolves by proving you're strong. Maybe you gotta face them, look them in the eye, and accept a part of you till the day you die. Got wolves at the door and demons in the den. Can't tell where the nightmare stops and I begin. Been fighting so long, I forgot what peace feels like. Just a man at war with himself every night. Got wolves at the door, but they're already in. The enemy I'm fighting is living in my skin. An old native man at the gas station told me, son, we all got two wolves fighting inside. One is fear, anger, sorrow, and hate. The other is love, hope, courage, and faith. The one that wins is the one you feed. And I realize I've been starving the wrong beast. So I opened the door and let the wolves come in. Stop running, stop fighting, just let them be. Looked at every regret, every failure, every sin. Said you're part of my story, you're a part of me. And something strange happened when I stopped the war. The wolves laid down beside me on the floor. Got wolves at the door, but I let them in. Made peace with the darkness, made friends with my sins. Still fighting, still struggling, but the war has changed. Not trying to destroy, I'm just trying to train. Got wolves at the door, but they're not my enemy. They're teachers, they're mirrors, they're part of me. The wolves still howl, I still feel the fear, but now I howl back, and somehow it makes them disappear. Not gone, just quiet, sleeping at my feet.
I saw you yesterday at the corner grocery store. You didn't see me, but I froze right where I stood. Your hair was different, shorter, lighter than before, but the way you walked was exactly how you always would. I hid behind the shelves like some kind of fool, afraid to call your name and hear you turn away. But when you looked up and our eyes met across the aisle, 7 years just vanished like they never happened that day. You smiled that shy smile I always loved so much, and I felt my knees go weak all over again. Like a 17-year-old boy in front of the pretty girl, you walked over and said, "Hi, it's been a while, my friend." And we stood there talking about nothing and everything about work and family and how the time had flown. But what we really wanted to say to each other was written in our eyes, clear as the morning sun. And when you touched my hand by accident, I felt the electricity, I thought it died. All the memories came rushing back at once, like a movie playing way too fast inside. In time's eyes, I still see you there, dancing in the rain that summer night, laughing at my terrible jokes on purpose, loving me in a way nobody else could get right. In time's eyes, nothing ever changed. We're still those two crazy kids in love. And even though the world has spun 1,000 times, my heart stayed frozen, waiting for you to come back. He asked me for coffee the very next afternoon, at that place where we used to go every Sunday morning. I sat at the same table, ordered the same black coffee. You ordered cappuccino with cinnamon, and I smiled remembering. We talked about the years we spent apart and alone. You told me you lived abroad for a little while, had other relationships, but none that really mattered. And I confessed I never managed to get you out of my fire. You looked down at your cup and said I made mistakes. Your voice was soft and breaking at the edges. I reached across and took your trembling hand in mine, said we both did, but maybe that's what love is. You told me about the night you almost called 100 different times over the years, but you were scared I'd moved on and forgotten. Well, I was here, drowning in the same fears. And every what if that kept us both awake, every almost that stopped us from trying, led us to this moment sitting here where we can finally stop running and denying. In time's eyes, I still see you there, dancing in the rain that summer night, laughing at my terrible jokes on purpose, loving me in a way nobody else could get right. In time's eyes, nothing ever changed. We're still those two crazy kids in love. And even though the world has spun 1,000 times, my heart stayed frozen, waiting for you to come back. Maybe we needed these 7 years apart to grow into the people we were meant to be. Maybe we had to love others and lose ourselves to understand what we had was meant to stay free. I look at you now and I see the same woman, but there's a wisdom in your eyes that wasn't there. And I hope you see in me a better man, who's learned that love is more than just being there. Time has a way of showing us the truth when we're too young and stubborn to see it clear. We thought love was supposed to be easy and perfect, but real love is choosing each other through every fear. So here we are, older, wiser, more broken. But maybe that's exactly what we need. Two people who've been to hell and back, finally ready to plant the right seed. In time's eyes, we found our way back to the love we thought we'd lost forever. And maybe we're not the same people we were, but our hearts still beat together. In time's eyes, this was always meant to be. We just had to take the long way around. And now that we're here, I'm never letting go of this love that we finally found. This love that we finally found. After all these years, in time's eyes, we were always meant to be.
They call me the barstool prophet, 'cause I preach to empty chairs about redemption and regret and answer prayers. Barstool prophet with a Bible in one hand, whiskey in the other, trying to understand how I ended up here night after night. Barstool prophet, searching for the light. I got all the answers when I'm 3 drinks deep, but come on and I can't keep any of the wisdom that I claim to know. Barstool prophet with nowhere to go. I'm a barstool prophet, preaching to the choir of my own regrets and my own desire to be someone different, someone whole. Barstool prophet, trying to save my soul with every shot, with every beer. Barstool prophet, year after year, same sermon, different night. Barstool prophet, looking for the light. Yeah, they say I got the gift of gab when I'm loaded. Barstool prophet, truth exploded, from my lips about life and death and everything between. Barstool prophet, I've seen the things that would make a grown man cry, done things I can't justify. So I sit here prophesying to whoever will listen. Barstool prophet on a mission to make sense of the senseless, find meaning in the pain. Barstool prophet, going insane from the silence when the bar empties out. Barstool prophet, filled with doubt. By day I'm nobody, by night I'm profound. When the alcohol loosens what I bound up inside my chest for years and years. Barstool prophet, drowning in beers. I'm a barstool prophet with nothing to say that matters come the light of day. But tonight I'm speaking universal truths. Barstool prophet, living proof that wisdom and whiskey don't really mix, but it's the only way I can fix my mouth to say what my heart feels. Barstool prophet, nothing's real. Maybe I should take my prophecies elsewhere. Maybe I should find someone who actually cared about the drunken philosophy I spout. Maybe it's time to figure this out. Sober, clear-headed, in the light, not as a barstool prophet in the night, but as a man who's ready to change, not just prophesy about rearrange. I'm a barstool prophet, but I'm done preaching. Time to start reaching for something real, something that lasts. Barstool prophet, releasing the past one day at a time. They say that's how. Barstool prophet, starting now to live what I preach instead of just talk. Barstool prophet, learning to walk. Bar closes, footsteps leaving. The barstool prophet is leaving. His pulpit behind, this time. No more prophesy through the wine. Just a man trying to be better.
Bartender knows my order before I sit down. Knows I'm here to forget you, but you're still around. And every empty glass and every song that plays, whiskey won't forget you, no matter how much I pay. Been coming here since June, it's October now. Still can't find the bottom where you're not allowed. They say time heals everything, but the clock's moving slow, and this whiskey just reminds me of what I already know. Whiskey won't forget what I'm trying to erase. Your smile, your touch, the way you say my name. Whiskey won't forget no matter how much I drink. You're burned into my memory. You're all I think about when the lights go down and the band goes home. But whiskey won't forget I'm still alone. Tried switching to beer, tried drinking at home, tried staying sober, but that hurt worse than this bottle of Patron. At least when I'm here, I'm surrounded by strangers who don't know our story, who don't ask about the danger of drinking like this, of living like I'm dead. Whiskey understands what goes on in my head. This amber-colored friend is all I got left since you walked out and took my will to fight. Whiskey won't forget the promises we made, the wedding we were planning, the future we delayed. Whiskey won't forget no matter how hard I try. You're there at the bottom of every goodbye that I tell myself I'm moving on. But whiskey won't forget you're gone. Maybe I should call you, tell you how I feel, but I know you've moved on. I know this ain't real, this hope that lives inside this glass. Whiskey can't bring back the past. Whiskey won't forget, but maybe I can learn to drink to your memory without the burn of wishing you were here, of needing you back. Whiskey won't forget, but I find my path through this darkness, through this pain. One day whiskey won't forget your name. Oh, but I'll be okay with that. Yeah, whiskey won't forget, but I'll learn to live with it. I still reach across the center console sometimes, like muscle memory, don't know you're really gone. Your coffee cup's still in the holder from last spring, and I can't bring myself to throw the damn thing out. There's a lipstick stain around the rim, faded paint. Like everything we had, it's losing color now. But I keep driving past your mama's house on Sunday, even though I know you ain't there anymore. They say time heals everything, but they don't talk about the in-between. When you're stuck somewhere past loving, somewhere before moving on. 'Cause you're a ghost in the passenger seat, still singing along to our old songs with me. I feel you in the silence, in the space between the beats. You're in every mile of highway, every exit that we take. You're the memory I'm chasing, you're the heart I couldn't break. Even after all the breaking that we did, you're still here. Baby, you're still here. Like a ghost in the passenger seat. I drove by the lake when we carved our names that fall. The tree's still standing, but the letters wore away. Kinda like the promises we whispered in the dark, when we believed forever wasn't just something that people say. I remember how you'd rest your hand right here on my knee, how you'd fall asleep against the window on the long drives home. Now I'm talking to your shadow, like you never really left me, even though I watch you pack your life and go. And maybe I'm just holding on to a version of us that's dead and gone. But if loving you's a haunting, then I guess I'm already gone. 'Cause you're a ghost in the passenger seat, still singing along to our old songs with me. I feel you in the silence, in the space between the beats. You're in every mile of highway, every exit that we take. You're the memory I'm chasing, you're the heart I couldn't break. Even after all the breaking that we did, you're still here. Yeah, but you're still here. Like a ghost in the passenger seat. I see you in the rear view, in the way the sunset hits the glass, in the photograph still hanging from the mirror, from a life that didn't last. And I know I should take them down, move on, leave this town. But everywhere I go, you follow. This truck's become my hallowed ground. So I'll keep driving circles round our old memories, with the windows down and your favorite song turned up. Maybe if I play it loud enough, you'll hear it where you are. And remember when we thought that we could never get enough of these back roads and this love and all our big dreams, before the fights, before the tears, before the silent nights, when you were more than just a ghost riding shotgun with me, when you were mine and wrong somehow still felt right. Now you're a ghost in the passenger seat, and I'm still singing along to our old songs, just me. I feel you in the silence, in the space between the beats. You're in every mile of highway, every exit that that we take. You're the memory I'm chasing, you're the heart I couldn't break. Even after all the breaking that we did, you're still here. Baby, you're still here. Yeah. You're still here, and I'm still here. Your ghost in the passenger seat. I still reach across the center console sometimes, like my heart don't know you're really gone. Your coffee cup's still in the holder from last spring, and I ain't never gonna throw the damn thing out. It's September again and the leaves are turning gold, and just like they were that autumn when we met. I'm sitting on my back porch watching the sun go down, thinking about things I thought I'd learned to forget. There's a chill in the air that reminds me of your laugh, how we used to fill up all the empty spaces in my chest. I never thought I'd hear from you again after all this time, but your letter came today and now I can't rest. You wrote about the years you spent in California, chasing dreams that never quite felt right, about the ocean and the palm trees and the endless summer, but how you missed the change of seasons and the autumn light. You wrote about the people you love but never deeply, about the life you built that always felt like a disguise. And in between the lines I could read what you were saying, that you've been missing me the same way I've missed your eyes. And in every word you carefully chose, every sentence that you wrote to me, I could feel the years of distance closing, like we never really stopped being we. September's making promises again, of second chances and new beginnings, the kind of hope that only autumn brings when everything is dying but feels like living. September's bringing you back to me after 8 long years of empty seasons, and I'm believing in the promise that it makes, that love comes back when you least expect it, for all the right reasons. I wrote you back the very same night, told you about the life I've lived here, how I took over my father's hardware store, how I spent every September thinking of you year after year. I told you about the woman I almost married, how I couldn't go through with it in the end, because when I looked at her I was looking for you, and that wasn't fair to anyone, even a friend. You called me 3 days later and we talked for hours, like no time had passed between us at all. We laughed about the silly things we used to fight about, how young and stupid we were, how far we'd fallen. You said you're coming back to town next month, that you got a job offer here you couldn't refuse. And maybe it's fate, or maybe it's just timing, but either way, it's a second chance we can't lose. And every mile between us is shrinking. Every day that passes brings you near to the place where we first fell in love, and the man who's been waiting right here. September's making promises again of second chances and new beginnings, the kind of hope that only autumn brings when everything is dying but feels like living. September's bringing you back to me after 8 long years of empty seasons, and I'm believing in the promise that it makes, that love comes back when you least expect it, for all the right reasons. I'm standing at the train station now, watching the track stretch into the distance. My hands are shaking and my heart's racing. This is the moment I've dreamed of with persistence. The train pulls in and the doors open wide, and there you are, more beautiful than I remembered. You see me and your whole face lights up, like every September we lost is being reassembled. You run to me and I catch you in my arms, and we're both crying and laughing at the same time. You smell like the perfume you used to wear, and it takes me back to when you were mine. But this time it's different, we're different people. We've lived and learned and grown apart to grow together. And as I hold you close under this September sky, I know this time we're gonna make it last forever. September kept its promise after all, brought you back to where you're meant to be. And all those years of autumn leaves falling alone were just preparing us for this destiny. September's giving us a second chance to love each other better than before, and I'm taking every promise that it makes, because you're here and I'm not letting go anymore. Not letting go anymore. September's promise is you coming home, where you always belong, in my arms. This September and everyone after.
The mailman still delivers with your name, even though you haven't lived here in a year. The dog still waits by the window every evening around 6:30, like he don't understand that you ain't coming back here. Your coffee mug still hanging on the third hook in the kitchen, right beside the one you bought me for my birthday years ago. I use it every morning just to feel like you're still with me, even though I watched you drive away and told myself to let you go. Neighbors still ask me how you doing when I check the mail, and I just smile and say,
find don't mention that we fell apart. There's a patch of paint upon the bedroom wall, a different shade of blue from where we hung that picture of us dancing at the start. The floorboards in the hallway still creak the way they did. You'd sneak in late and try not to wake me up. Now every sound this old house makes just echoes with your memory. This place is still a home, but it don't feel like enough. 'Cause these walls remember everything, every laugh, every fight, every in-between. And I can't escape the way that every room still holds your ghost. The house still knows your name, still feels you in the walls like yesterday's rain. Every corner holds a piece of who we were before. Your voice still echoes down the hallway late at night. Your shadow still dances in the morning light. The house still knows your name, even though you're not coming back again. Baby, the house still knows your name. And so do I, God knows, so do I. There's a scratch mark on the door frame where you measured our son's height. Every summer on his birthday, watching him grow tall. Now he's off at college and you're living in the city, and I'm here alone with pencil marks upon the wall. The garden that you planted in the backyard's overgrown. I don't have your touch with flowers, never did. But I can't bring myself to tear it up and start over. So I watch the roses die and grow and die again. Your mama called last week and asked if I boxed up your things. Said you're finally ready for me to send them on. But how do I box up 15 years of marriage, love, and memories? How do I erase the proof that this was once your home? So I told her that I'd get to it, but I've been saying that for months. 'Cause your sweater's still draped across the chair where you'd sit and read. And if I pack it up and send it off, then it's really over. And I ain't quite ready yet to let you leave. 'Cause these walls remember everything, every promise that we couldn't keep. And I can't paint over all the stains of a love that grew and died and still remains. The house still knows your name, still feels you in the walls like yesterday's rain. Every corner holds a piece of who we were before. Your voice still echoes down the hallway late at night. Your shadow still dances in the morning light. The house still knows your name, even though you're not coming back again. Baby, the house still knows your name. And so do I, God knows, so do I. Maybe I should sell this place, start over somewhere new, where the walls don't whisper your name every time I walk through. But I've been here since we were 23, and you were mine and I was yours. I can't abandon all the good we built just because you walked out the door. So I'll keep the coffee mug hanging on its hook, and the pictures in their frames upon the wall. I'll keep the garden growing wild and beautiful, just like you were before the fall. And when our son comes home for Christmas, you'll see the marks that show him growing tall. And maybe that's enough reason to stay here in this haunted house, where your memory lives in every hall. The house still knows your name, still feels you in the walls like yesterday's rain. Every corner holds a piece of who we were before. Your voice still echoes down the hallway late at night. Your shadow still dances in the morning light. The house still knows your name, even though you're not coming back again. Yeah, the house still knows your name. It remembers everything, the joy and all the pain. The house still knows your name. And baby, so do I. God, I still know your name. They say when it's over, when the final word is spoken, when the papers are signed and the lawyers close their books, you're supposed to feel relief, supposed to feel like finally breathing after holding your breath for years, but that ain't how it looks. I thought I'd wake up lighter, thought the weight would lift off of me like a boulder rolling off my chest so I could finally stand. But the dust is settling now, and I can see the landscape. And baby, you're still everywhere, you're still all over this man. I drove past the courthouse yesterday afternoon, saw some couple on the steps with matching gold rings on their hands. They look just like we did it, and think about loot when we believed forever was something we'd understand. Made me think about that day I promised you forever, and how I meant it with my whole damn heart and soul. Now I'm living in aftermath of promises we couldn't keep, and forever turned into just letting go. They don't tell you that the hardest part comes after you've already fell apart. When the fight is done and silence wins, that's when the real pain begins. When the dust settles down and I can see clearly all that we've lost, every dream we built together just scattered on the ground. I thought letting you go would set me free somehow, but I'm learning the hard way what freedom really cost. When the dust settles down, I still love you, even though we've burned it all. When the dust settles down, I'm standing in the ruins of what we had before the fall. Yeah, when the dust settles down. Your best friend saw me at the grocery store last week. Walked right past me like I was a goat she couldn't see. And I don't blame her, I know she's on your side. I just wonder if she knows how much this is killing me. I wonder if you told them all the truth about what happened, or just your version where I'm the villain of the story. Baby, there ain't no heroes in this tragedy, just two people who couldn't save each other. Ain't no glory. I'm sleeping better now, or at least that's what I tell myself when people ask me how I'm doing with it all. But truth is, I'm just numb to being tired. I've gotten used to staring at the ceiling and the walls. I don't cry as much as I did in the beginning, when every song would bring me to my knees. Now the tears come quiet in the middle of the night, when I dream you're still beside me and I wake to empty sheets. 'Cause time's supposed to heal the wounds, but nobody warned me about the scars, that even when you've made your peace, your heart still knows it's been a war. When the dust settles down and I can see clearly all that we've lost, every dream we built together just scattered on the ground. I thought letting you go would set me free somehow, but I'm learning the hard way what freedom really cost. When the dust settles down, I still love you, even though we've burned it all. When the dust settles down, I'm standing in the ruins of what we had before the fall. Yeah, when the dust settles down. I heard your seed, someone new, and I know I ain't got no right to feel this jealous, to feel this broken. But knowing someone else holds you at night is a kind of pain I wasn't ready for. Even though I signed the papers, even though I said I understood. Baby, understanding don't mean it don't hurt, just means I'm trying to wish you well the way I should. So here's to you finding everything I couldn't give you. Here's to him being better than I was at loving you right. Here's to you getting everything you deserve, even if it kills me every single night. And maybe someday when enough time passes, when the dust is settled and the air is finally clear, I'll see you somewhere out there